$99, look. Keep watching. To customize this wig, I'll be using a 16-inch closure, one 18-inch bundle, and two 20-inch bundles of loose deep wave. I'll also be using a mesh dome cap, hair weaving thread, and several hair needles and T-pins. This will help you move a lot faster during the process. So here we're going to take our dome cap. We're going to put it onto the mannequin, and you want to make sure it's lined up in the front so that way it's centered. You're going to pull your dome cap down in the back, and you're going to use your T-pins to place it in the back on the left and on the right. The reason for this is to ensure that our wig isn't too small. If we don't pull it down to make sure it's the size of the mannequin head, your wig will be too small. And by the way, this mannequin head is a 22-inch, which is my head size. Next, we're going to take our T-pins to pin down both sides of the dome cap. This way, we can make sure that the cap does not move while constructing the wig. Now we're going to take our closure. We're going to place our closure in the front of the cap. This is going to be a middle part. So we're going to pin the closure down on both sides. We're going to pull it down a little past the start of the cap, and then we're going to take the T-pins and pin it on both sides, making sure that it's laying flat. As you can see here, the cap is behind the hairline of the closure. And now on the sides here, that's where we're going to begin sewing. And then we're going to sew around the back all the way to the other side. So I'm going to pull the back down to make sure it's completely flat. You're going to clip away the hair of the closure, and you're going to start threading your needles. You're going to loop the end of the needles so you can have, the end of the thread, so that way you could have a knot at the end to secure it. And now we're going to start sewing down the closure. So I do pull it through and then loop it through the thread, so that way it makes a knot. And then I'm going to go through it again with the loop and pull method to secure it and sew the closure down on the sides, in the back, and on the other side. And I'll be done with the closure. Now here I've slowed down the video because I wanted you to see exactly what I'm doing when I'm sewing on the thick beige part of the frontal. So it is around the sides and the back. I'm going to put the needle, not where the hair is, through that band in the back. Okay, and the cap. When I put it through, I'm going to put it in between the thread, which is the loop and pull. The needle is in between the two pieces of thread. Once I put the needle through the closure and the cap. I hope that's making sense. I am trying to make sure you guys have the best visual of this tutorial, because it is very easy once you do it. If you need to rewind this video to see exactly what I'm doing, do it over and over again. It is very easy. You will put the needle through, bring the thread over and pull through. And that is what they call the loop and pull method, because you're looping it through, you're looping it through, you're looping it through, you're looping it through. And this will help you have a secure unit. Once you get to the end, you will loop it through, and before you pull that last loop, you'll loop it 2 or 3 times, pull it through, and it makes a knot to secure it. And you'll see me do that at the end. Now here you see me sewing, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the closure, but on the net part, I'm going to stay away from that thick thread. That's the stitching of the unit. I'm sorry, the dome cap. You want to stay away from that thick stitching. And you can see that, I put the needle through, then I took the needle out, then I put the needle through again, because I don't want to stitch on that. If you stitch on that thick part on your cap, it's going to prevent your cap from stretching. And we don't want that. We want our cap to stretch. We want our cap to last. So when we put it on our head, it fits snug. It's not too small. It's not tight. That's when it'll start hurting your head, and that's no fun. Now we're at the last part of the closure, of sewing down the closure. And as you can see, I took the T-pin out, and I am now going to pull gently on my closure, and I'm going to sew this down. I want to make sure my closure is as flat as possible. Okay. Now, as you can see here, my thread was too long, so that you see me struggling with my thread. But as you can see, I'm pulling down on my closure just to make sure it stays flat. I'm putting it through the end of the closure, on the edge, on that beige part there, through the cap, over that thick part, not on it, putting the thread, loop it. I did 2. That's how you secure it. You don't have to do it there. But when I get to that last part, I do it because it's more secured for me. You can do the loop and pull method until you get to the end, and then you can do the double loop. Now here, I'm going to begin sewing where the band is. Now remember, I'm not going to sew through the band. I'm going to sew through the fabric on top of the band on the dome cap. You do not sew through the band. If you sew through the band of your dome cap for your unit, it will have no stretch. It will be too small. You must only sew through the mesh, not the elastic band. Sewing through the elastic band prevents your wig from being able to fit on your head. And at that point, you have messed up your wig. So you don't want to do that. Always sew through the fabric, and you're going to keep going until the end. Now, here's a little trick. As you can see, it was a little, lifting. The closure was lifting. It wasn't flat. So I'm going to continue to sew, but in an angle, the closure in an angle on the cap. And then you're going to see it's going to cause a tiny little fold. We want this flat. So I'm going to put the needle through where that fold is, and I'm going to sew on it as if I was sewing the closure down as normal. And once I pull it through, that second time, voila, it's nice and flat. And you can see it's not going nowhere. You can see it's flat under there, no spaces. Now it's time to add the bundles to your unit. So I'm going to take my needle. I'm doubling my weft, so I am going to put my needle through the tip of both wefts. So I'm taking one bundle, folding it, putting the needle through the weft, and then I'm going to put the needle through the fabric of the dome cap in the back. And you want to do it like right where, if you was to put your fingers behind your ears and touch your neck, that part of the dome cap. That's the best way I can describe it. So I'm going to start sewing, and I'm going to do it the exact same way. Pull my needle through. Then the part with the knot, I'm going to pull it through there. Nice and secure. And I'll do that a few more times. I'll double loop it so that it was nice and secure, and then I'll start the loop and pull method throughout the bundle. So here I am going to sew through the track because I've come to the end, and I am going to triple loop it, and then we are going to fold over the track. We're going to pin it down, and we're going to continue to sew. We are not going to cut these tracks until we get to the top. And I'm going to make sure I sew in between the loop of the weft. So that way it lays completely flat and it's not bumpy. I'm going to, again, not go through the elastic band. But once I go through the weft, fold it over, sew through the weft, secure it, I will proceed with my loop and pull all the way to the end. I will fold it over again until I get to the other side, and I'll just keep doing this back and forth until I get to the top of my unit near the closure, and that's when I'll begin to do my single wefts. Now to the fun part. So we are now going to use L'Oreal's color Red Hot and 2 boxes of red. I'm going to use 40 volume developer, of course L'Oreal, and I'm going to mix the Red Hot with the 2 boxes of red with the 40 ounce developer, and I'm just going to apply it to the wig. So once I colored it, I let it sit for about an hour actually, and this is the color I got. So once I let it dry, you see under the dryer, I did go ahead and pin curl this hair. So originally I was gonna wear it in the middle part, pin curled the hair. I love pin curls. It gave me big hair, but wasn't happy with the results. Okay guys, so we're back. Let me adjust my camera. All right guys, so it's been about 2 weeks since I filmed the wig video, colored the wig and everything. I've worn the wig. The last thing you saw was me pin curling the wig. So I didn't like the way the pin curls came out. They came out horribly. It was just giving big hair, and then I like straightened it out. I didn't like it straight. I like pin curls on U-part wigs mainly, or if it's like long and it's a side part. So that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So what I did was deep condition the wig. Actually, no, I didn't deep condition it. I cleaned off the lace, and then what I did was spray it down with some water. I blow dry it out with my paddle blow dryer brush, and then I did a side part. So I'm gonna show you guys how I did the side part, styled it. I actually have my mannequin here with how I styled it. Gorge. These curls are like 2 days old, so they have dropped, but I love it. And this is how I'm going to wear it. I'm getting ready to go out tonight, so I do have to do this in a hurry. So what I'm gonna do here, I know my braids are super old, and before I put my wig on, I do wanna go ahead and address a question that I was asked on TikTok yesterday. So about my undercut, don't judge me guys, I have not cut my undercut. Yes, I'm looking a bit rough. Now, if you do want to grow out your undercut, I would suggest using any of your hair growth oils that works for you, okay? With my undercut here, as you can see, it's growing. It's taking its time, but I don't know if I want to grow it out. Sorry, my nose ring is like sticking out. Anyway, I don't know if I want to grow out my undercut or if I just want to keep it. I'm being very indecisive right now, so I just decided to just let it grow out, because just in case I decide, hey, I don't want my undercut anymore, at least I know I can cut it. But if if I don't want my undercut anymore, I can cut it. But if I do want my undercut and I cut it, pause. If I do want my undercut and it's grown out, at least I know I can continue to grow out my undercut. If I don't want my undercut and it's grown out, I can just cut it.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just was just like, I don't know. My boyfriend was telling me, you like your undercut. You rock your undercut. You know, it's almost like a staple for me now. So if I don't want to rock the undercut, I can hide it with a wig, or I can hide it with my natural hair, whether I have my natural hair straight, whether I have my natural hair curly, as you guys have seen in my previous video. So it really doesn't matter at this point. So right now, until I decide on if I'm going to grow it out or if I'm going to cut it, it's going to do the damn thing. Now, I will say, with my hair being short like this in the back, now my hair is not dry, but my hair in the back is definitely short. I have been using Miele Organics. This one right here is the anti-shedding scalp and hair oil that I have. I just purchased it during her Black Friday sale. Hold on. There you go. During her Black Friday sale, I did purchase it. And then what I've been doing is, okay, focus. There you go. The other oil that I have, I'm actually out of it. It's the Rosemary Mint Strengthening Oil, and I'll drop a picture here so you guys can see what the oil looks like. I just actually ran out of it, but I love that. I put that in my hair, I put that in Nevaeh's hair, and it's really good. Like, I've actually switched out all my products to only Miele products. But this one here is the anti-shedding scalp and hair oil infused with saw palmetto. Don't know what that is, but it says sea moss. You know, so anyway, it's lightweight, light fragrance, because I don't like heavy fragrance on my hair. It's tacky. It helps keep the hair you have, and it helps with healthy scalp and healthy hair. And I am very big on healthy scalp and healthy hair. I don't care how much I like to change up my styles, do a color, put on my wigs. Your hair that's growing out your scalp is important, okay? So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this in between my braids. Yeah, it is like fragrance. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in between my braids. And I do oil my scalp once a day. So this is the first day I'm oiling my scalp today. The first time I'm oiling my scalp today. It's very light. And I just put it in between my braids and the parts. Time to take these bad boys out, but we gonna rock them because they do the job. They do the job. So let's do the other side. Now it's gonna run down to the back, so you just want to massage it through. Now I do want to give the back of my hair where my undercut is some TLC. Tender loving hair. So I am gonna take some and I'm gonna run it across here like this. Hope you guys can take my fingers and massage it through. You can even take your comb and comb it. Okay, so now it's time to supply the wig. And guys, don't judge me, because if you know, you know, I usually wear U-part wigs or flip overs. So yeah, this is like a little tan mark from the closure, because this is a closure wig. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my wig. Now the great thing about this one does not have a wig, a band. I didn't put a band in it because it fits my head snug. And once I put on the wig and apply the adhesive, baby, it ain't going nowhere. Just trying to see where I want it. Which I think. I actually really like it. Once I add my makeup, I'll put a little more makeup in the part to make it look real, but it actually looks really good. It doesn't look wiggy, but I have to lay the lace so it doesn't look lacy. So what we're gonna do now is apply my even, let's see if you guys can see it, my even lace spray, and it's the adhesive I use. Only got a little bit left, so let's just go ahead and do it. and I'll be back after I finish my makeup. Okay, so this is the finished look. Oh my god, I didn't even put lip gloss on. Hold on. Okay, so this is the finished look. I had to go put on some lip liner. Okay, so this is the finished look after I've done my makeup and put on my clothes. I have to go. I'm running so late. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you would like a makeup look, please comment makeup down below. And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.